Ladies and gentlemen, we focus so much on what's going on in America, and America's a rich nation that's functioning like a poor nation right now. But in Latin America and the Caribbean, hunger is becoming a huge problem. And I definitely believe it's true, especially when you see food lines in America, which is supposed to be a rich nation on the planet. Well, you can imagine what the nations that don't have as much as America are going through right now. And they're calling the hunger in South America and the Caribbean another pandemic. So this came out on NPR December 9th, 2020. Latin America is facing a pandemic of malnutrition, hunger, and obesity are risking side by side in a region. And, they're saying there's a lot of working poor people who can't afford nutritious food and they're suffering for the lack of food. And poor quality food is in the overabundance. I mean, isn't that true? Okay, so a report came out from the United Nations agency finding that a number of people experiencing hunger in Latin America has grown steadily over the past 5 years. And of course, the arrival of COVID has made things even worse during the pandemic. It's been very difficult. The UN Food and Agriculture Organization representative who announced the nutritional trend in South America and the Caribbean. If the projections we have of the impact of the pandemic occurred, we could be going back to the malnutrition levels of the 1990s. We could lose 30 years in the fight against hunger in Latin America and the Caribbean. This is what we are talking about. It is a tragedy. Yeah, it sure is. Millions of people in those regions and a lack of food. Wow. Mm-mm-mm. Last year, almost a third of the people in Latin America experienced either severe or moderate food insecurity, according to a report. Moderate food insecurity means they were forced to reduce the size of their meals, skip meals, or substitute with low quality ingredients. Severe food insecurity is when individuals go days without eating at all. Latin America is a leading food exporter, and yet we are seeing these numbers of hunger and moderate severe food insecurity in our region. Latin America and the Caribbean produce 23% of the world's agricultural and fishery exports. Brazil is the world's largest producer of soybeans. Argentina and Chile sell large quantities of fresh fruit to the US during the Northern Hemisphere winter, and both rank among the world's top exporters of wine. Mexico is a net exporter of corn and wheat. In Latin America, there is hunger, there is food insecurity, there is malnutrition because of a lack of purchasing power, because millions and millions of families lack money. Hunger in Latin America fundamentally is an expression of poverty and economic inequality. Even the problem of obesity in regions is also concentrated among people who are economically poor. They often end up overweight because of their diets are dominant by inexpensive, calorie-rich processed foods. Yeah, your body don't know how to process it. As the pandemic causes an economic slowdown and limits travel, the poorest members of society, people who live off daily wages, have been hit the hardest. I can imagine they were. Look, we got people that are just getting crumbs on unemployment and they have to get in those food lines wherever they can find any type of food that's being distributed in the country, and it's a shame because I see it around here. It's bad. We have some churches locally that will give out food to the poor, and sometimes they have to put signs up because they're running out of food that fast. People are just running up there and grabbing whatever they can. So you see this happening everywhere. And the sad part is, where are these governments to help these people? Where we know our government don't do squat. They are still fighting over a stimulus package that it just seems like nobody's ever going to see. And every time they talk about it, they're just cutting more and more of what people need in the first place. So you're going to pass a package giving a lousy $300 to unemployment, but you are not giving stimulus money to anybody. I just think that is a disgrace, and when you see stuff like this, how do you help? You really can't. If you can't even help yourself, you can't help these people in other countries either. So I mean, this is a big problem, but we know poverty always existed on this globe. But now that COVID is around and people cannot work like they want to, it's even worse. And I'm just looking at how much America is losing ground on even feeding people here. I mean, we're starting to see these stories more and more every day about people in America that can't even afford to buy food. They can't pay their rent. They can't even pay utility bills. They can't do nothing. And this is how we're going to be moving into 2021. It's very bleak. It's a sad thing to see this, but y'all, please tell me what you think. Wow. The globe is definitely in a major decline for real. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.